Exactly 7 p.m. here in the nation's capital. Good evening and welcome to the 7 p.m. news on Info Television. To begin our newscast, first, our top stories. Today, October 5th, is observed as the International Volunteer Day. In this newscast, Mildred Fonge shall be telling us why volunteering should be encouraged. Then we shall be taking you to the Mbalam iron ore site in the east region of Cameroon to evaluate the progress of work carried out by the Cameroun Mining Company. Plus, the adoption of the budget of the Ekondo Titi Council for the 2026 financial year, which stands at 969 million CFA francs. Those were our main points. Now the news in further details. Welcome back. The International Volunteer Day is observed on December 5th, 2025 and highlight the importance and impact of volunteering across communities. Major Fonge in the following report focused on why volunteering should be encouraged. Her report.
Shining a light on the impact of volunteer efforts everywhere is an aim for the World Volunteers Day celebrated on December 5. The essence of volunteering is that someone commits to a general interest without expecting formal compensation. They freely engage to serve the greatest number of members of society. They commit to working for the common good, supporting and accompanying others, to take actions that contribute to the happiness of others without expecting a fixed salary. But it may happen that they benefit from some compensation. Every contribution matters is the theme observed for this year, which celebrates the power of collective action and acknowledges that every act of volunteering, big or small, contributes to a strong and more connected world. So it's essential to encourage volunteering because it aligns with the philosophy of philanthropy, which is all about seeing how some human beings promote the existence or happiness of others. I believe these are acts we should encourage because they help us understand that human beings are not essentially wolves to each other. While offering an opportunity for volunteer involving organizations and individual volunteers to promote volunteerism, governments are equally sustained by these acts.
And as you heard in one of our top stories, an evaluation visit to the Mbalam iron ore site on December 4th 2025 revealed significant progress the Cameroun Mining Company pushes ahead with developing the country's mining deposits. The project is expected to transform the national economy through massive production, create thousands of jobs, and construct key infrastructures, as it tells us Phillips NG.
Wheelloaders at work, personnel fully engaged in their duties, and construction equipment positioned across the area. This is the atmosphere at the Mbalam iron ore deposit in the Upper Nyong division of the East region on December 4th, 2025. The Cameroun Mining Company is pressing ahead with activities on the site, which spans 768 kilometers square across the South and East regions. The zone holds an estimated 2 billion tons of iron ore and over 200 million tons of high-quality direct shipping ore. After signing a mining convention on March and obtaining a mining permit on August 17, 2022, the company officially launched technical construction works at the Mbalam open pit mine on December 22, 2023. Despite delays, significant progress has been made to ensure the project's effective implementation. As you all know, the weather condition wasn't that favorable for us to proceed with works due to the constant rainfall. You all can see we are in the heart of the equatorial rainforest, so we had to put a halt in our activities. But for now, works is ongoing, and in the coming months, the first quantity of iron ore will leave the site for the Kribi deep sea port. The project, divided into two phases, aims to produce over 10 million tons of iron ore annually from 2025 to 2029. The second phase, scheduled for 2030 to 2050, is expected to yield 25 million tons per year. Overall, the project targets the extraction of 500 million tons of iron ore and is projected to generate $3 billion for the state of Cameroon, while creating 1,000 direct and 5,000 indirect jobs.
Vous avez 140 personnes.
I just want to remind you that we have 140 workers permanently working on this site on a daily basis. 70 of the employees were recruited here in Mbalam and others from the entire region. More workers will be recruited in the days ahead as the project proceeds, and we will recruit workers from the Ngoela subdivision, Opanyong division, and the entire East region. With the planned completion of a railway linking Mbalam to the Kribi port within 5 years, the Cameroon Mining Company hopes to reach full production capacity of 25 million tons of direct shipping ore per year.
Behind us, you have the factory which is being built, and actually we are at about 30% of the works to be done. As you can see behind us, the factory is going to be built on about 5 hectares, and the major works which are being done right now are the construction of the wall, which is going to be the construction of the wall, and just after the wall we have the vibrating screen and all the crushing plant. By the end of the month of January, we will be done with all the construction of the factory, and we, at the same time, we will proceed with the extraction of the mineral, which is found at about 1 or 2 kilometers just behind us.
The company has reiterated its commitment to fulfilling its corporate social responsibility obligations.
Recently, during the start of the year, of the academic year, Cameroon Mining Company was able to donate school kits to all children, to all students of the Mbalam canton, and also to accompanying all the teachers in the canton with teaching materials. So we intend during the next days to create, to encourage the local population to create cooperatives which can facilitate the works on site.
The project is expected to serve as a major driver of economic transformation in Cameroon, positioning the national economy for a significant growth as extraction operators are set to begin in the coming months.
We intend moving the first trucks from Mbalam to Kribi before the end of the month of March. And during that period, we will be able to move about 85,000 tons of iron ore from Mbalam to Kribi.
The Mbalam project represents not only a major breakthrough in the mining sector, but also a catalyst for economic development. It promotes local value addition, with 15% of the extracted iron ore expected to be processed in Cameroon. This initiative aims to lower the cost of construction materials and support the government's effort to reduce the housing deficit in line with President Paul Biya's national development strategy. The Cameroon Mining Company remains determined to achieve its objective as work continues on the mining site.
Away from that, Telecommunications Regulatory Agency for the Littoral and Southwest regions has opened its doors to the public on December 3rd, 2025 in Douala. The focus was to raise awareness among consumers about the electronic communication products and services they use every day. As you tell us, Jessica and Diwum.
Consumer protection and the creation of trustworthy digital environment took place in Douala. The Telecommunications Regulatory Agency's regional delegation for the Littoral organized the very first edition of its Open Door Day on December 3rd, 2025. an event designed to strengthen public understanding of electronic communication services and build confidence in Cameroon's growing digital ecosystem, highlighting its objectives. The objective was achieved. Initially, we were a little uncertain about citizen participation, but we were pleased to see that the main administrations were present: the Ministry of Posts, the Ministry of Communication, Antique, Arts, the consumer associations, and the major operators. At the heart of this massive awareness of electronic communication products and services, consumers expressed their concerns. It is an honor for us to have received guidance on some of the questions mobile phone consumers face every day. These issues significantly affect our society and hinder the development of mobile telephony in our country. The mobile telephony operators on site also provided detailed explanations and practical solutions to help consumers better understand and manage the services they rely on. There are several regulatory requirements that operators must meet to ensure quality of service, and the regulator monitors them regularly. However, other factors like energy supply, fiber optics, and interference from radio and cable frequencies also affect service quality. The regulator has committed to ensuring that the investments made by operators translate into the quality of service that consumers actually experience. In their remarks, the presidents of consumer rights associations called for a stronger and more independent telecommunications regulatory agency, one with capacity and authority to operate more efficiently. We want the ART to be fully independent and report directly to the President of the Republic rather than remain under a ministry. Even with a financial autonomy of 18 billion, it needs real coercive powers. ART should be able to regulate and control the telecom sector effectively, take legal actions against operators who fail to comply, enforce service regulations, and allow new operators to enter the market. Today, it even has the power to revoke a mobile operator's license, but as long as it remains under the Ministry of Communication, which is under the Prime Minister's control, it cannot fully exercise these powers. The initiative highlights the ART's determination to build a digital ecosystem in Cameroon that is safer, more equitable, and fully transparent for all users.
In the CEMAC zone, Cameroon has become the leading country to host the headquarters of the CEMAC Rose Card National Management Office. The new headquarters was officially inaugurated in Douala on December 3, 2025 by the Minister of Finance, Louis-Paul Moutaze, as we tell us Jessica.
Cameroon has strengthened its role in regional economic integration as the national office of the CEMAC Rose Card and now has its seat in Douala. The new headquarters, located in the Bali municipality, is a modern R+5 building designed to host the region's administrative activities. The office was officially inaugurated by Cameroon's Minister of Finance, Louis-Paul Moutaze, in a ceremony that included the cutting of the symbolic ribbon and the unveiling of the inaugural plaque. Fully equipped with modern furniture and facilities, the building will host the national management team and serve as a functional hub for all CEMAC Rose Card operations in Cameroon.
Nous nous réunissons ici ce jour.
We gather here today to dedicate an act that goes beyond the usual sectoral framework. This is an act of sovereignty, stability, and regional integration, reflecting the vision of the heads of state of our sub-region for a strong, integrated, and prosperous Central Africa. The work that began in 2021 was completed in 2024. It is worth noting that Cameroon has become the first country in the entire CEMAC region to host the management office of the Rose Card. The new headquarters, fully fitted with modern furniture and facilities, will serve as a central hub for all CEMAC Rose Card operations in the country. The project was completed at a total cost of 2.6 billion francs CFA franc.
Alors, sur un coût total de plus de 2 milliards.
So, on a total cost of more than 2.6 billion, 892,574,329 have been brought by non-life insurance companies. The rest, 1,716,363,583 is financed from the proper fund of the Pink Card under the guidelines of the General Assembly presided over by the tutelage. You understand that this building, the first seat of such a size of a national office in the entire CEMAC space, is the reflection of a concerted action between the tutelage and the profession.
Entre la tutelle et la profession.
The imposing building featuring offices, conference rooms and auditoriums is set to introduce innovations in procedures, management and security. There are already things that have started to change. We have started to bring more observant to avoid unpaid payments. This is the first thing that has changed, and what will continue to change is to implement all the relevant parts, because all the sinister things happen through insurance companies. So it is together that we will eradicate the phenomenon.
La carte rose, ce n'est pas une compagnie d'assurance.
The Red Card is not an insurance company. It is an integration system that has been created throughout the African continent. In Central Africa, it's called the Pink Map. In North Africa, it's a white map. In South Africa, it's a yellow map. So I can tell you that it's a system that covers the entire continent. This system serves to cover the responsibility of transfrontal drivers.
Transfrontalier.
Cameroun fulfills its role as a concrete expression of the CEMAC heads of state vision, serving as a hub where regional solidarity is realized.
From the littoral region, we travel you to the southwest region of Cameroon, where the Ekondo Titi Council has approved a budget of 969 million CFA francs for the 2026 financial year, marking a 2% increase from the previous year's budget. The budget, which focuses on rehabilitation of roads, provision of drinking water, installation of solar panels, and support for income-generating activities and the disabled. Details in this report.
To achieve this estimate,
the budget was adopted during the Council's second ordinary session of 2025, dedicated to voting and adoption of the 2026 budget, chaired by the Mayor of the Ekondo Titi Council, Margaret Ndiba Utam, and attended the DO of Ekondo Titi, Francis Fru, other top local and administrative authorities. The 2026 budget represents a 2% increase from the 2025 budget, demonstrating the Council's commitment to development with priorities on rehabilitation of roads, provision of drinking water, installation of solar panels, and support for income-generating activities and the disabled. The Mayor urges the population of Ekondo Titi to pay their taxes to support the budget's implementation. The representative of the Senior Divisional Officer for Ndian emphasized accountability and transparency in the implementation of the budget. Contractors were urged to respect deadlines and complete projects, while staff are reminded to be duty-conscious and prioritize their work. The Mayor acknowledges the support of palm oil plantation and appeal for improved corporate social responsibility.
Honestly speaking, we appreciate God for all that He gave to this municipality, all we realized. And I do believe all that we are planning for the 2026 running of the year, we believe that as we had it for 2025, we will as well achieve it in 2026. A big lesson has been taught to all the contractors, and we are encouraging councillors as well. Those who are in the municipality, not councillors, they should search for their relatives. Those who are ready, indigents of this area, to come up to take over doing projects which concerns this municipality. There should not be that pride that people come from outside to do it. We go outside because we've not seen who can do it. But if we see those who can do it to improve their municipality, that will be good for us.
As the current mandate of the councillors of Ekondo Titi comes to an end, they are committed to ensuring a smooth transition and continued development in the municipality. The approved budget is seen as a key step towards achieving this goal, with a focus on improving the livelihoods of the population.
As the tourist capital of Cameroon, Kribi is working to strengthen its hotel and catering sector, investing in infrastructure training and local development to make it a driving force for inclusive and sustainable growth, as you tell us, Mimi Tiobo.
The city of Kribi, tourist capital of Cameroun, has exceptional potentials in terms of tourism and leisure. Its coastline, its cultural funnels and floral biodiversity, and its geographical positions are natural factors that encourage the feelings of a destination taken. It is in this sense that the hotel and catering sector is positioned as an essential engine, one of the major barometers of the economic growth of the Ocean Division. The hotel and catering industry as strategic sectors for local development constitute one of the pillars of local economic development. It actively participates in job creation, heritage development, and promotion of the image of Kribi nationally and internationally. In this context, decentralized communities and local stakeholders recognize the importance of strengthening this sector in order to make a level for inclusive and sustainable growth. At the end, we will bring out the problems related to the management of human resources, the questions of optimizing recruitment and even employment in the hotel and restaurant sectors. Aware of these issues, the modernization of the hotel and catering sector remains a strategic priority for decentralized territorial authorities in the definition of policies, areas of urgent intervention, such as strengthening the capacities of players in the sector through technical and managerial training, improving urban infrastructure to provide a living and working environment favorable to tourist investment, promoting a local quality labeled for establishment, meeting standard of services and hygiene, and support for local gastronomy as a showcase of Caribbean's culinary heritage.
4 suspected robbers were presented to the press last December 4th, 2025 at the Fulan Gendarmerie Brigade in the city's 3rd district in the presence of the Yaoundé 2 company commander, as you tell us, Jessica Ndiwum.
These 4 individuals are suspected specialists in armed robbery. They are accused of spreading terror in the Ifulan neighborhood in the 3rd district of the capital. Their latest victim is a woman in her 60s who recounts the horror she experienced on November 19th, 2025.
2 days ago, I was sleeping in my room. Time was 1:30, but I saw my daughter came and knocked my door. I opened, I thought that she's the one. I saw one boy came, enter the house and take a cutlass. As I got up, I was sleeping, I got up in my bed. I stand. As I stand, I saw somebody put, I don't know him. There was no light inside my room because I was sleeping. 1:30. As he put a cutlass in my neck, he was standing like you. I was standing here. He said I should give him money. I said I was looking for him. I don't know him because I was not seeing his face well. He took a cutlass and put in my neck. As he put a cutlass on my neck like this, as I'm showing you people, I was confused. I don't know how to make any statement. I told her, I don't have money. I want to go and urinate. As made like that, I want to piss. He did not accept me to piss. I was standing there. He also was there. I was crying. I said, now who this say? Now who this say?
The next day, November 20th, a complaint against persons unknown was filed in the Ifulan police station and an investigation was opened.
20 novembre 2025, étant dans notre unité,
On November 20th, 2025, we were in the hotel room where a suspect has been arrested for a robbery. After filing a case against him, we arrested several others and located someone who had fled. We questioned him, then returned with the police to the crime scene to reconstruct what happened. There were 3 suspects, plus a fourth, who was the gang leader. Based on this reconstruction, the police proceeded with the case, leading to the results we have today.
La reconstruction et sont passés aux aveux. Et c'est pour ça qu'aujourd'hui, vous voyez le résultat que nous avons là.
This is an opportunity to call on the population to cooperate more with the police.
Vous avez eu devant vous un braquage de.
After the investigations, we quickly apprehended the young men responsible for this act. This is an opportunity for us to remind the population to continue trusting us and to provide us with any information they have. We will move forward swiftly and the results of our work will always be visible. Presented to the press on December 4, 2025, the unfortunate individuals aged between 18 and 35 will be brought before the competent staff court to answer for their actions.
At least 114 women's associations across Cameroon are actively working to promote peace, a category of leaders often overlooked in conflict resolution efforts. Yet, these women insist they have much to contribute to building lasting harmony in their communities. Two of these women leaders shared their perspectives in this report compiled by Mimi Chobo.
Despite over 2 decades of peace-building efforts, women in Cameroon continues to face significant barriers rooted in gender stereotype and persistent violence. Yet, even amid ongoing crises, many Cameroonian women are emerging as key actors in the nation's pursuit of lasting peace.
We would like to see women being considered as not only victims but as main actors in this process, because if they are not given the power, if they stay in their houses like earlier, they will not be able to perform, they will not be able to help. So they need to be empowered, they need to be open, they need to be to behave like leaders, they need to be trained, they need to be self-confident in themselves. So this is, by doing it, they are going to display, to disseminate and be more powerful. And they achieve, of course, the goals of this important resolution.
According to African News Press, more than 114 women's organizations across the country are actively engaged in peace promotion and community resilience initiatives.
Women should be protected in conflict setting, in crisis setting, but they should be part. They should participate fully in all the process of peace, building peace. They should be part of the prevention initiative also.
Observers note that with stronger institutional support and better protection mechanism, these organizations could further amplify their impact and contribute more effectively to sustainable peace in Cameroon.
It is on that note that we'll come to the end of our newscast this evening. Thanks very much for watching. We urge you to stay tuned to other programs on Info Television. Happy weekend. God bless Cameroon.
Bienvenue à la Minute Santé.